taking a look at all access shows that we've been a part of. We're going to be speaking to the four legends today. We're also going to share a few never-before-seen deleted scenes from the show. LFG, if you haven't seen it, it airs on Sunday nights on A&E as part of Superstar Sunday. All access to future greats at the Performance Center. The experience level ranges from 2 years to 1 week. We have 16 future greats and, of course, the four WWE legends. The legends, the best of the best with combined experience over 130 years. And at the end of the season, one man and one woman, they are awarded an NXT contract. And speaking of that, it is my pleasure to bring out our first guest. And for many, and I'm sure many sitting in front of me right here, he is considered the greatest and most talented in-ring performer ever. The man behind NXT and the WWE Performance Center, the Senior Vice President, Talent Development, Mr. WrestleMania himself, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn
Never gets old, and I appreciate everybody singing along with the song.
Shawn, I sit here at a WrestleMania week with you. I think it's akin to sort of being at Super Bowl week with Tom Brady. I mean, you come here with this guy, so many memories through the years. And I know this is a massive week for you on many fronts. Not just the course of the next hour we're going to have with something I know you're very proud of. You're going to play a big role in the Hall of Fame induction tomorrow night for your best, dearest friend in the world. And then your own brand is going to be taking center stage come Saturday midday. What's it like for you just mentally to prepare for a week like this?
It's kind of in part and parcel with when you used to perform, but the stress and the anxiety that you have, believe it or not now, it's equally there, but it's something you have very little control over. When you're a performer, at least when you have the opportunity to go out there into the ring, it's on you and your opponent to go out there and perform at a high level. And once you start getting out there and get into the flow, it kind of just always naturally came, I don't want to say easy, but once you got out there doing it, you know, you get into the rhythm of the game, so to speak. On this side, you can prep, you can prepare, but then it's left to someone else to do the performing. So from the standpoint of our show at Stand and Deliver on Saturday, we're ready, we're locked in, but now it's up to the performers, and I have no doubt that the young men and women of NXT are going to go out and have the matches of a lifetime and have the performance of a lifetime, because they understand that each and every one of these people have come around from all over the world, and they're looking forward to performing for them and performing at a high level. For me personally, the most nervous thing is that Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It really is, because then it's talking both personally and professionally about your best friend and what he's meant to me, what he's meant to the business, what he's meant to this company, and to try to do that in a timely way so that everyone doesn't get bored stiff of listening to me blubber and sob about everything that my best friend means to me. So for me personally, I'm nervous about the Hall of Fame, and quite honestly, come Stand and Deliver, I'm very comfortable leaving it in the hands of the young men and women in NXT.
I want to ask you about LFG, but you bring up the Hall of Fame, and for everybody here, who's going to the Hall of Fame ceremony Friday night? Okay. So you know, for those, still some limited tickets on sale. It's literally right across the street at the Fontainebleau. And if you're going to SmackDown, there will be a 2-hour gap, so you can go to SmackDown at T-Mobile, you can make your way back down here and take in the Hall of Fame, where this man is going to have the honor of introducing and inducting Paul Levesque, Triple H, going into the Hall of Fame tomorrow night. All right, Shawn, let's get into LFG. You and I both thrilled to and honored to play a role in this show. I think for you, it's a perfect marriage, and I've had this discussion with you before. I love watching people's second acts in life. The pride you take in coaching, developing, guiding, fostering the next generation of talent and planting these seeds and see what it grows into. What has this experience been like you with LFG?
Well, look, from the moment I stepped into the Performance Center all those years ago, again, it is an infectious culture that they have down there. The passion, it's everything that's pure and good about this business. It's before it becomes, again, about big weekends like this, before it becomes about money and legacy and things of that nature. You get into it for the love of going out there and performing in between those ropes. And I gotta be honest, this LFG show is something that is, to me, very near and dear to my heart, because again, I'm getting an opportunity, one, to get to work with some legends that I've enjoyed working with throughout the years, but also some that I didn't get the opportunity to work with as much, and we're having another opportunity with that. But it's all of us collectively passing on our wisdom, our knowledge, and our passion about this business and giving it to the next generation. And I'll be honest, when you talk about all the legends on this show, they're all men and women that are extremely sincere and honest about what they want to instill in the future generations, because our sport and our livelihood is in their hands now. So the action and the drama that's going on this show, I understand that there are a lot of people, and I know this gets said a lot in our line of work about things being real or entertainment based. I am promising you, I sit there on a daily basis and watch these men and women go at it from a coaching standpoint, and it is very real, because we all have deep-seated interests and deep-seated lessons and things that we think are most important to us to pass on to the next generation. And when those legends don't see eye to eye on that, I guarantee you that debate is very lively.
And by the way, those legends are about to be filling these seats in moments, and we will have their future greats come out on here, so we'll continue this conversation. HBK's not going anywhere as well, so we'll be curious to hear what everybody says. You brought up the legends. You brought up the future greats. I can only imagine, and listen, we've all read the stories, we've seen documentaries of what it was like to come up when you were coming up, when the legends were coming up. The distinct advantages now that this generation has compared to your generation. I mean, it's got to be mind-blowing for you, Shawn.
It is. Well, look, we all sit back and we talk about that, about how we would have just spent our lives there at the Performance Center. I mean, again, I understand that there's always going to be debate, which I always welcome, on what's the right way and the wrong way, tough love, or again, being a bit more understanding about how we teach this next generation. And all that goes on at the Performance Center. But again, I guess it's something that we have very positive and negative memories about the way each one of us were brought into this industry. And again, we all have, again, things that we feel are most important to least important about what it is we still in this next generation. And again, but that's where it makes it, trying to find that balance, I guess, when everything is said and done, doing our best to find that balance between, as I put it sometimes, loving them into correction or doing things right, or knowing when it's time to give a swift kick in the ass and tell them to get it done. And balancing that from not just a coaching standpoint, but also now from a corporate standpoint, has been the most challenging aspect of this job for me, because I'm more of a just get in your face kind of person and do it. But not everybody responds positively to that kind of direction. So knowing how to adapt your teaching methods to the individual is something that the Performance Center has done a great job of throughout the years, and that we'll continue to do going forward.
Well, the grand prize is you're going to be somebody's boss, a man and a woman. An NXT contract. Again, you think back to when you were coming up, there was no pot of gold in an NXT contract waiting there. How excited do you get to think about it as the creative force that somebody will have gone through this to arrive to you at NXT?
Well, the most beneficial part from my standpoint on the NXT creative side and television side is that a lot of these individuals have just walked in the door, and they're going to leapfrog a number of people that have been here for a while, and there's going to be backlash because of that. But you have to take in the understanding is that they're getting wisdom, knowledge, pointers from some of the best that have ever done this. And as long as they learn it and apply it, if they're smart enough to adapt and adjust to all the corrections that they're getting, they're going to be so much farther ahead than so many other people. Again, I look back and I think of at 19 years old, I walked into Mid-South Wrestling, and there were people like Ted DiBiase, Jake the Snake Roberts, the Rock and Roll Express, Terry Taylor, a multitude of people, guys that had been in the industry for 10, 15, 20 years. I was always in the ring with somebody so much better than me. So I learned so much faster. And that's something that, again, these future greats, they have an advantage over so many of our other individuals, because they're getting lessons, you know, from Bubba Ray Dudley, from Mickey James, from Booker T, and from The Undertaker. I mean, that's like, you know, again, getting a PhD, you know, in 6 months. It's amazing, or a year, you know. So again, they're going to develop faster, and look, we're the beneficiaries of that on an NXT creative side. They're going to come in, know who it is they want to be, or at least have a good foundation of who it is they want to be, and a good foundation of ability and skill that we can use from a television standpoint. So it's a huge advantage for us.
Shawn, don't go anywhere. He mentioned the legends. What do you say we get to that? And I'll remind you of this, all the hard work he puts in. Saturday at T-Mobile, NXT Stand and Deliver. Who's going to Stand and Deliver here? Hey, still some tickets there. You got to see what he's put together for a show Saturday morning. We encourage you to go see Stand and Deliver. But right now, it's time to get into LFG.